I'm aiming to 100% every game in my Steam library. I play a wide variety of games, and earning every achievement makes me feel like I've gotten the most out of the game and the most bang for my buck. Today, I'm grabbing all the achievements for Death in the Water 2 is a first-person shooter, survival horror, score attack game that came out in 2023, developed by Lighthouse Games Studio. It combines two of what I consider to be the most terrifying things: open water and the things that live within. Before we go any further, I'll say two things. There was a bit of jank with this game where I would hear the achievement pop noise, but the visuals wouldn't appear on screen, so the achieve pops are going to look a little different in this video. Secondly, I absolutely loved this game. It's been quite some time since something has genuinely made me feel the way this game made me feel. I was constantly tense and the atmosphere made me paranoid. Off rip, I will say that I highly recommend this game and you should definitely play it. With 19 achievements up for grabs, let's get into the grind. The game starts off throwing you into the literal deep end. There's no build-up before heading into the ocean, you're just in it. This is a simple tutorial level tasking us with killing 10 lionfish within a certain time frame. I was immediately hit with the overwhelming atmosphere of the environment. While we roam around searching for the target fish, there's sharks casually swimming about. Though they don't pose a threat at this moment, their presence provides some level of unease. With the objective timer ticking down, we focus up and take out the required 10 lionfish, earning us the first achieve of the game, Lionfish Slayer, locking us in for the grind. After completing the first task, we're informed through the comms about how to refill our oxygen levels, with tanks being scattered throughout the missions. Once topping off our tank, we must navigate the depths in search of treasure chests. The chests are not required to complete any of the missions, however they provide loot, giving you currency to purchase upgrades for weapons and other various items to aid you in the rest of the game. We receive some ominous info from the woman speaking to us over the comm systems, stating that we should find as much treasure as possible to boost our firepower because we're going to need it for what's to come. We're also told to stay away from open water, as they're not sure what could be out there. Simple advice and calmly stated, but this news hits a little bit different when you're alone on the ocean floor. With this news, we head off to investigate the sunken wreckage of a fishing vessel to see what may have caused it to sink, slowly making our way there, constantly checking the environment and panic firing at anything that gets too close. We find the ship. Examining the wreck, the woman on comms states that it looks like something massive has torn through the hull and asks us to take a look around for any clues. Cautiously swimming around looking for any signs of anything, we find a treasure chest. We collect the loot inside and make our way through the boat, when it happens. Some sort of distorted siren wail sounds and a prompt appears on screen. Kill all possessed creatures. Panic sets in. Cowardice ensues. What is happening? Strands of light begin coming from unknown origins and infect the minds of nearby predators. We are now being targeted. Everything wants us dead. We must fight for our lives to eliminate all possessed creatures. Being the first mission, there isn't a large number of possessed creatures to deal with, but we've learned what this siren is. The noise from the deep spells doom. Upon defeating the first wave of bloodthirsty predators, we finish the first mission, unlocking the First Blood achievement for completing Dive 1. Being so early in the game and only finding one of 3 chests in the first mission, we are low on funds to put towards upgrades, so for now we'll just focus on stacking up a bit of money and worry about the upgrades and weapons later on. The second dive starts with us being told to use this time to familiarize ourselves with the area and to avoid going too deep into the caves. Yeah, caves. Another thing I just don't like normally. Making our way around the objective site is slow as we avoid sea life and scrounge for loot. Then we hear it, the siren. Waves of sharks appear out of nowhere, circling and surrounding us. Once killing a predator, there's a slight glowing pill-shaped object that drops from the corpse. These need to be collected to boost the multiplier of your overall score. The score is irrelevant to any of the achievements, but it gives you a ranking on the global leaderboard. After game ending the last of the sharks, we get the Depths of Terror achievement pop for completing Dive 2. There's an achievement for completing each dive, so it may sound repetitive, but with each dive, the number of possessed creatures and types of creatures increase. In addition to those, there's some other miscellaneous achieves that we'll touch on toward the end. The third dive has us heading toward the site of a plane crash. The start of each dive provided me with a moment of relaxation, but there was always that lingering stress of exactly when the dreaded siren would sound. We make it to the plane pretty easily and gather some loot. The siren blares and we take out some wildlife. Finishing Dive 3 earns us the Phantom Flight achievement pop. Dive 4 has us navigating a valley of flat ocean floor littered with sunken shipping containers. This is also the dive that introduces sea snakes as one of the predators. I absolutely hate snakes, so this was a wonderfully horrid addition to things. They are so much harder to hit with being so thin and wiggly compared to the larger sharks and eels. If you do get bitten by one of the snakes, then you will suffer some poison damage as well. While roaming the area, some intense music starts to play out of nowhere, causing me to frantically start looking around. This is when I catch a small glimpse of what's been possessing the creatures. I turn and I see some extremely large tentacles within a fog of loosened sand when the siren sounds. We'll get a better view of this monstrosity very soon. We battle off the creatures and hear the jarring, yet beautiful sound of the foghorn, which signals that the last of the possessed creatures has been killed. There's a moment of pause before we receive the Serpent's Shadow achievement for finishing Dive 4. Instantly, when starting the 5th dive, we're literally smacked in the face by what was just out of view. This is when things become terrifying. We're tasked with making it to the base of a nearby oil rig. However, this giant octopus stalks and attacks us the whole way. We have to use any speed and cover we have to make it to the drop-off point at the base of the rig. This is also where I noticed a spike in the difficulty of the game. Now, I don't say this as a negative. I rather enjoyed the difficulty increase. Dropping off the side of the cliff, the octopus loses interest in us and the siren sings. The number of predators has increased drastically at this point, and I did pass away several times during this dive. Because I was on edge and genuinely stressed during the whole game, I decided to turn on my mic and capture some of my genuine reactions from my experience. Don't you dare! Oh, shit! Oh! Oh! Ah! Oh my lord, if that big ass follows me in here, is he following me in here? Oh! Oh, I'm poisoned! Oh! Oh, you've upset my lineage! Oh, no, please! Oh, I got scared. Oxygen! Oh my god, the music pickup is so insane right now. It's so insane right now. I need this, I need this, I need... Oh, I have 2 health. I have 2 health. That ain't happening. Yes, I clipped his tail. Yes, oh, God, bitch! One underpants change and a litany of heart palpitations later, we complete the dive and earn the Death's Grip achievement. Dive 6 is in a big open area with more shipping containers for cover. Along with the reef sharks and snakes, there's now mako sharks, sand tiger sharks, more eels, and hammerhead sharks as well. Each predator has a different damage threshold, making the larger creatures spongier. Is spongier even a word? We continue the dive without too much grief and get the Diablos Reef achievement for completing Dive 6. I now have enough money to drop on some upgrades and weapons. I won't be going too in-depth about the purchases, but now I have flashbang grenades to disorient the sharks and chum grenades to be used as a distraction. I upgraded my diving suit and air tank. Also, I bought the Manta Ray, which is a pistol-type weapon that shoots darts that explode after impact. I have more of a fighting chance now. Dive 7 happens at night, so it's very dark and there's more caves to navigate. We also encountered the stripped bones of a large sea creature in some sort of feeding graveyard. We make it through and get the Night Dive achievement for completing Dive 7. The 8th dive is also very dark and there's bodies of people scattered around. The bound humans were terrifying and added a nice level to the atmosphere and left me with a few questions. We complete the dive and earned the Sacrifice achievement. Dive 9 has even more bound bodies littered throughout. We receive comms that the Kraken, the giant octopus, is sending out electromagnetic waves to control creatures to come after us. We're then tasked with finding a whale carcass and gathering clues as to how it met its demise. We locate the whale's body and investigate. The siren sounds, and along with everything else, there's great white sharks added to the mix now. These are the toughest out of the bunch by far, taking so much of my current ammo to take out. Making it through the horde, we received the Hunting Grounds achievement for completing Dive 9. Dive 10 starts like any other as we search for treasure within some ancient ruins. This is where we encounter my least favorite enemy in the game so far. The Kraken is scary given its sheer size, speed, and strength, but the enemy I hate the most is the Sirens. These mermaid head asses are just so creepy looking. They let out an awful shriek, and they either charge at you or peek at you from around cover. I hate and I love them at the same time. We wrap up this dive and earn the Lost Ruins achievement for doing so. With there only being 4 more dives until the final one, and with nothing new to write home about aside for some lore that I'm going to skip in hopes that you go support this game, I'll run through a handful of the achieves. We earn the Siren's Scream achievement for Dive 11, the Bloodlust achieve for Dive 12. We complete Dive 13 and get the Jaws of Death achievement. And then the Leviathan's Legions achievement for completing Dive 14. Now we're on to the final dive. It's time to take on the Kraken itself. This is the most intense dive by far in my opinion. Despite what was said in the beginning of the game, we must swim through open water to locate this tiny area with a large stone archway. This is the battleground for the final fight. The Kraken alone is hard enough to take down, but we also have to deal with hordes of regular predators during the fight. The Kraken won't go through the stone archway, so staying inside it provides us with a level of safety, but we have to venture out periodically to retrieve ammo from the crates scattered around. I threw the kitchen sink at this thing, and eventually we eliminate the source of everything, earning the Death's Lair achievement for beating the main portion of the game. With the campaign finished, there's 3 remaining achievements to acquire. These all lie within the Endless Survival mode. Endless Survival is essentially a horde mode with waves upon waves of various predators continuously spawning. Heading into this mode, it starts off fairly easy with some lower level creatures in small numbers. After killing so many predators and collecting their XP drops, we're able to choose between 3 upgrades, perks, or weapons to aid us in the coming waves. The main goal here is to survive by any means necessary for as long as possible. Having spent so much time in the game familiarizing myself with the various weapons and how the game operates, I had the skills to be able to reach XP level 10, earning the Current Conqueror achievement. The last 2 achievements are the most difficult to get. Under the XP bar in survival mode, there is a timer. There's achieved for lasting 20 minutes in the endless survival mode, and the nerves got to me on my first run, resulting in me failing with less than 2 minutes to go. Later on that same day, I came back determined to finish up this grind and set out on another attempt. I strapped in for a long fight and did my best to remain calm when the timer was nearing the 20-minute mark. Survival gets so insane the further you get into it, and I spent a lot of time running away while doing my best to eliminate the threats. Eventually, we crossed over the 20 minutes and earned the Survival of the Deepest achievement. We're not quite done yet though. I had to maintain composure and keep my head on a swivel. I was this far in and there was one final achievement to go. The last one we need is for killing 50 creatures during one endless survival run. This was the most concerning because at a certain point there's no more low-level enemies to fight. The longer you play, the more sparse ammo crates become too. Having looted so many of them at this point, they're few and far between. I had to become selective with my shots and really make sure my aim was on point. There were several times where I was one bite away from my run being over. Every crate that lacked a medkit was a punch to the gut. Eventually though, I did it. I killed my 50th creature, earning the Sea Slaughterer achievement. That was so nerve-wracking and very intense. But that's it. All Death in the Water 2 achievements in the bag. I said it at the top of the video, but I love this game. I'm so happy I played it and wish I could play it again for the first time. I highly recommend that you pick this up. I know the things that made this game great for me lie in some of the fear aspects. I don't like open water, sea life, snakes, caves, etc. But I still think this game is well worth a play. You could pick it up on sale, but I would even tell you to pay full price for it. I loved everything about this game. The atmosphere was spooky, the creature variety was nice, the audio was amazing, every high-pitched inhale from the tank, the sounds of the bubbles escaping your breather, the wail of the siren and the sound of the foghorn, even your oxygen tank scraping the rocks as you navigate a tight space. It was all chef's kiss. A lot of little things too. your diving flippers coming into frame as you frantically try to swim backwards away from the jaws of death, the bubbles left behind as you flee from danger, the gentle dance of the plant life in the current, the fact that when you kill something, the creatures will swarm the area at the scent of fresh blood, the amount of time spent looting a chest, not knowing what's behind you, every reload seemingly taking forever as you watch what seems like certain death approach you from a distance. I'll stop glazing this game now, but I sincerely loved every tiny aspect. Go buy this game. Play this game. Go buy and play this game. Wishlist it, play it, buy it. If you already own this game, buy it for a friend. I am literally going to buy it for a friend as soon as I'm done recording this. This game was made by just 2 people. 2 friends who had a passion for what they were making, and I personally think it shows. Go support these 2. I sincerely hope that they continue making cool things. And if for some reason they end up seeing this somehow, bravo. Standing ovation from me. Great job. But that's going to do it for this video. I appreciate it if you made it this far, and I hope you enjoyed it. This kind of turned into a love letter at the end here, but I don't care. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in another video. Like and subscribe, please. Smooches.